Oh yeah, BBE. It is the Big Banner Energy Podcast. Yes, sir. Guido Papi and Cam, the man in the building. We've got a very, very special edition of this show. We're here in the Rogen-Verse. The Rogen-Verse. Cam, the man, Guido Papi. Again, make sure you follow us, Big Banner Energy, on all of our platforms. We're talking YouTube, Rumble, Patreon, and everything beyond. Yes, sir. Guido Papi, how's it hanging?
A little to the left.
A little to the, hey, that's what Shorty said. It's a little to the left, but sometimes that's okay. You know, sometimes it's okay to be a little curvy. You know what I'm saying? Guido Papi, Candyman in the building. Yes, sir. How you doing, my boy? We're talking about something special today. Who do you got in the background there?
Who's that?
I think that's Seth Rogen, right?
That's a Seth Rogen.
That's Seth Rogen.
That.
He looks a little dead, but if I had to guess, that's a James Franco.
Yeah. What movie?
That I don't know. What movie is that, my boy?
Pineapple Express.
Oh, a classic, man. Pineapple Express, one of the first and best stoner movies in the world. And we're going to be talking about that and a whole lot more here on this show.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know, Seth Rogen is an amazing comedian. He's done so many roles. He's a producer. He's an owner of brands. He's an owner of many different things. Guido Papi, he even owns a cannabis brand. Am I right?
Yeah, houseplant.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Let me see if I could find that here. I'm gonna let's see if we can find it. Now, houseplant, it's definitely more of like a bougie kind of like cannabis brand. You know, nothing against that, but you gotta have some money.
It's like cannabis and cannabis lifestyle.
Yes, yeah. He also makes, I believe, he makes like pottery,
ashtrays,
yes,
incense holders. I almost bought an ashtray.
Ooh.
It would look really cool.
Now, Guido Papi, am I wrong in saying that this is some white people shit? Like,
Sure.
This is like white people. Yeah, okay. And that's what I would think.
I say upper middle class type shit.
No, yeah, and especially when you see some of the...
I don't think it'd be white necessarily.
Okay. So, yeah, he, I believe he sells in some of the dispensaries in California. Let us know if they have Rogen's brand anywhere else that you guys
probably
might know.
the West Coast.
Yeah,
and
probably
Canada.
West Coast. Oh, yeah, maybe Canada as well, hopefully. Because Canada, are they fully legal?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Federally legal, yes, sir.
Hey, we got to go up to Canada. Yes, sir.
Canada.
Hey, and now... Canada, my mom went up there one time and she said they got a lot of moose up there, right? A lot of meese. What the
No,
plural
it's
for?
moose.
Let me know in the comments. I believe it's moose, right?
Yeah.
Nice. I wish it was meese. Meese is cool. I got 10 meese in the building. Holla. Man, Seth Rogen is one of my favorite comedians just because not only is he adaptive, he kind of covers all the bases in terms of animated movies. He's been in real life movies. He's been in some serious stuff as well. Guido Papi, tell me, I'm going to tell you my favorite. I want to hear your favorite. I'm going to start off with mine. I think my favorite has to be The Interview, because not only is Seth Rogen an all-star in that movie, he's got a banger in there as well. The Green Goblin himself, fucking James Franco. Man, James Franco, he's also one of my favorite actors. I know people have mixed opinions about all of them. But in my opinion, I feel like you should be able to separate the work from the artist and, in a lot of these aspects. How do you feel about that kind of stuff?
I mean, it sucks. Yeah. I mean, it's whenever someone's like your hero or you see him a lot, whatever. But like, if it's allegedly, it's allegedly. I know I need to see the proof. I need to see somebody found guilty.
And like, even when, okay, let's say they are found, maybe with like Kevin Spacey, for example, because he was a very famous one where he did some stuff and I think he was convicted and now he's not obviously working anymore. Do you feel like you should be able to enjoy a Kevin Spacey show or a movie, or do you feel like he should be kind of taken off of the roster?
I usually have problems with separating the actors from the characters.
Yes.
But in that case, as long as he did a good job as an actor, you should be able to still enjoy the movie.
And see, I kind of agree with you on that, similar to how people like, and Michael Jackson's a great example of not proven allegations that people will cancel him for, be like, oh, he was a this or that, so I'm not going to listen to him.
Well, like at the end of the day, it's all art, the movie process. Like,
yeah.
It's a form of art, just like Disney taking down or editing certain videos. I don't think that was cool.
And they do that all the time.
That's art. It should be out. You should just put it in a separate section. Maybe You have to have the password, type in your password to watch it or whatever. It shouldn't be promoted right off the main screen, but you shouldn't take it down.
And see, I agree with you on that. I feel like, if you put like a viewer discretion, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But don't edit the content. Don't ruin it.
Or take it off completely.
Yes, like Daredevil, I believe they edited some of the more gruesome things. And a lot of shows, especially on Disney, where it really gets that gruesome kind of crazy stuff, they'll edit it out. Captain America was another one where it's famous, where they took out some of the more like, oh, the dude gets stabbed in the arm. They had to edit it out because people complained about it.
Yeah.
And now, it's just kind of crazy how the whole situation is. But, and I guess that's the whole thing about being a celebrity or an actor. And I'm kind of glad that Seth Rogen, knock on wood, for the most part, has kind of stayed away from a lot of allegations.
From the headlines.
Yeah. Unfortunately, aside from, his co-star in The Interview, he's still been, pretty good. He hasn't, and I don't know, God forbid something comes out, how it is with these celebrities. Diddy, for example, we didn't know until very recently that he was such a crazy monster. Bill Cosby, good God, we had no idea. And now the truth is exposed. And I feel like a lot of that is like the snow pile effect where girls or, victims or whoever it is kind of like some people are truthful and then some are just kind of trying to make money. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I hate about it.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, and that's why I wish it was like that. But unfortunately, now it's like once the allegations are made, it's like, at least in the court of public opinion, you're like guilty already. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm not saying Diddy wasn't guilty, but like when the allegations came out with Diddy, people already assumed he was guilty. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you supposed to do in that sense? But luckily, Seth Rogen has been clear from that. And like I said, he's a good guy. And
I was going to say, luckily, we're not talking about Diddy today. We're talking about Seth Rogen.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's why. And I know everyone pretty much in the world is talking about Diddy, but we are not. We're talking about Seth Rogen here. Now, The Interview was another movie that was really touching on some touchy topics, could I say. With North Korea, Kim Jong-un, and all that stuff.
I'm pretty sure they banned it in North Korea.
Oh,
all types of stuff like that.
If you watch that movie in North Korea, he cuts off.
They can't be watching movies. I hope you know that, right?
Well, they watch some movies. No, they can. You can get Russian movies in North Korea. Yeah.
I don't think
I watched a documentary because they have
see the proof on that. But
who
has a TV in North Korea?
They have
smartphones.
They have smartphones in North Korea.
The 1%.
No, I agree. It's not. No. Yeah, I'm not saying like everybody does, but there are people who do have it. But yeah, most of them are rice farmers, barely, being able to do anything.
Barely surviving.
Exactly. And that's the part that Kim Jong-un wants us to see. And that's what he shows in this movie. Basically what happens is James Franco is the star of a very famous talk show. And Kim Jong-un becomes a fan of it, similar to how the real life story of Dennis Rodman, correct?
Yep. Ish, yeah.
And Dennis Rodman went to North Korea, right?
Yeah, they hung out.
Damn, I wonder how that went. Now, and I know that was a big inspiration for this movie. I wonder if they talked to Dennis Rodman at all about it.
I mean, some of the stories are based on it, so they got some kind of like maybe from his recollection or something. But
yeah,
I don't think they talked to him.
And that's pretty cool too. And obviously, the actor they got to do, Kim Jong-un, he's doing a very satirical take, but it's funny and he does a great job. He's in a lot of other TV shows as well, but I think this movie is a highlight of pretty much all three of them. I would say they're probably the three main stars, Kim Jong-un, James Franco, and Seth Rogen in this one. Now, I have a couple scenes here I want to just show, but this is the main one. And they actually have a couple of, what do you call it? When they bring in stars and stuff. What's the word for it? I lost
Interviews?
it. Yeah, interviews with this one with Eminem.
So yeah, like the whole premise of the movie is they're like a talk show.
Yeah, exactly.
And he does all these famous interviews.
Yes.
And then they're at the top for so long, they're like, oh, shit, what do we do to get better ratings? And they're like, I know, let's go to North Korea.
Yes, because I believe they got an invitation, correct?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, because he was like a big fan of the show.
I think in real life, too, as well, that's the only way to go there is you have to be invited.
I agree. Dennis Rodman, for example, he was definitely invited.
Trump, there's been quite a bit.
Yeah, if homie pulled up, you can go visit North Korea with some weird ways, but it's risky and they don't exactly recommend it. I think you have to like fly into some.
I don't think as an American you can.
Well, yeah.
I think we're on a do not enter list right now.
Okay, that would
they change it all the time.
Yeah, and
like Russia was allowed to go a couple months ago.
Yeah,
maybe ish. I don't know. Something like that.
And let us know in the comments, maybe what countries are allowed to go to North Korea. And if you want to go, we actually, we might talk about that because
you want to go?
Maybe, bro. I don't know.
Shit, I'm good.
I heard Kim
I'll stay
Jong
here, hold it down.
I heard Kim Jong, opened up some new resorts down there for the public, some water parks and stuff like that. He's trying to Disney-fy the oppression. What could I say? That's kind of interesting to think about. Like, if they had Disney World at like Cuba or one of these like really, really oppressive nations, I wonder how that would work. Like if Mickey Mouse would be like, oh, you better give us all your money, yes, and we're gonna, whatever, socialism and stuff like that. That'd be pretty interesting. But this scene here from the interview actually features a very famous rapper, Eminem. Yes, this one's pretty cool. I'm gonna bring it up for you guys on our YouTube or our Rumble as well. Now, this scene, I don't think Eminem is bisexual or gay in any way. Right, Guido? I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
I don't know.
I don't know Eminem that well. Let us know if he is, but we're going to play this
Eminem,
scene.
So I have no idea.
Yeah, or when I say things about gay people, if people think that my lyrics are homophobic, it's because I'm gay. When I rap about violence or, sound like I'm promoting violence, I think that, it's more like...
Now, I will say there is some truth in the fact that he does say some homophobic things from time to time, especially in his older Slim Shady versions. Nowadays, he's definitely more PG when it comes to his stuff, but I don't exactly listen to new Eminem either. I don't know about you, Guido, but
I never listened to Eminem ever.
Okay, so you
Slim Shady was maybe the only song I actually like.
No, and that's respectable. Like I said, I wouldn't even put him in my personal top 10, but there are some big stands of Eminem. Like, I've met them and I've talked to them. They're like, there's people who definitely ride the Eminem wave. But me personally, I feel like he's more of a product of the time. I feel like people aren't really into the whole kind of speedy lyrical rap thing anymore. What do you think about that?
I don't know. Kendrick got a lot of fans.
Yeah, true. I guess that is true.
J. Cole got a lot of fans.
Yeah, I would say I don't know if J. Cole's necessarily speedy. He can go speedy, but I don't know if that's like his
you're talking about super fast. Sorry, not lyrical.
Kind of like Busta Rhymes or something like that.
Twista.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Tech
9.
Oh, Tech 9. Shout out Tech 9.
What's his name? Token.
Okay.
Logic did it too.
Yeah, Logic can definitely float the boat.
There's a bunch of people.
I forgot about that guy Token. I know he still makes music. I don't know if he's still popping like that. He is? Okay.
I mean, he's about the same.
Okay, bet. And Logic, I know Logic's another one who could kind of like ride the line between doing the more like boom bappy and then the more like.
Even Eminem at one point was doing the fast raps.
Facts.
For a while.
Yeah. And so.
So that's Eminem. I'm an MGK.
MGK.
Yeah. Remember they had the beef.
Oh, that is. Let's talk about his daughter, right?
Well, there was a bunch of shit.
I think MGK wanted to get a little bit of Eminem's daughter, and he did not like that very much. And I mean, I don't blame him, but I guess that's the problem when you're a rapper with a daughter, especially an older daughter.
Yeah, it sucks. Your wife or daughter or mother, they're all on the table to make fun of.
They're all on the chopping block.
Live a private life, not a public life.
That's a great point. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to share everything. I know there were a lot of stars, like Michael Jackson, maybe not a great example of all things, but he was very private with his like family life and stuff like that.
Until the end.
Yeah, until the end.
Holding the baby out.
Yeah. Now, yeah, like I said, and Michael Jackson maybe was a far edge case of that kind of thing, but like I said, and that's why I like these more ground. I don't know if you'd call James Franco grounded, but Seth Rogen I think is more grounded in terms of a person.
As in what way?
He seems more like if I had to like hang out with a person, I feel like he would be like James Franco could be a dick. I don't know. Like it's hard to read James Franco.
I have no idea.
Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like he may be more of a celebrity, and they both may be cool, but I feel like Seth Rogen just seems like more of a normal guy. Is that crazy? Like James Franco seems like a celebrity. He looks more like a, like he's like a more like a prim looking guy.
I don't know. I feel like they all just very work driven. They're always writing.
Yeah.
Cause like, I mean, like to speak on the accolades of Seth Rogen, got director,
yeah,
as well as actor, writer, producer, voice actor.
He's a busy man, bro. Like a lot of people don't know, like a lot of the movies he's
got a lot of hits
in
his acting career.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of hits on like cameos, movies he's a part of. He's got a lot of hits under his writing belt. I think he wrote for The Simpsons. He wrote for there's a bunch of shows and stuff that he's been on or wrote for.
Yeah, he actually produced that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Producing. He's done a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of shit under his accolades.
And I think that's why I think he gets a big accolade from me, because he has a big animated presence. You know, he's been in a lot of movies that you wouldn't even imagine. A new one that he was in was that new Mario movie. If you guys have seen that, he was actually Donkey Kong, which I was, you know, on the fence about. Now, I'm not a huge Mario guy. Are you a big Mario guy? It's
I'm not a big
Mario. Okay, is that a good Mario? Can I do a good Mario? It's a Mario.
It's okay.
Right?
It's like a 2 out of 10.
Oh, well, that's not good at all.
Define good.
I like a 5 out of 10 would be a 5 out of 10 would still be a failure technically.
Yeah, so yeah, then you're terrible then.
It's a me. Come on. But see, then that's also like bordering on like an offensive Italian accent too. So you got to be careful.
Which what's his name did, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's actually a great point. Like the original Mario, and maybe that's why they went with a Chris Pratt, which also was kind of offensive in my opinion.
Very offensive.
Like
and Charlie Day's Luigi. Offensive.
Now, what do you think is worse? Like using those two or using the original voice actor? Because I feel like that's
original
like
would have been better.
Exactly. Because you already made the sin.
Or someone to try and do it good like the original.
Yeah. Because like we're already used to we were pissed about it, but we're used to it.
I was never pissed. I was like, hell yeah, I feel at home.
Oh, nice. Okay, bet. So okay,
that's my fucking uncle talking to me.
Oh, okay. But yeah, when Chris Pratt took the reins, I was very disappointed with his performance as Mario. It's me, Mario. I was like, come on, bro. He put a little bit of slang on it.
I'm sure they made him do it that way.
Yeah, I think because when the ads first came out, like he didn't do it at all, and people were like, what the hell? They were gonna like with Sonic, people were gonna lose their minds. And then they made him like, hey, you gotta play it. If you're gonna do this, bro, you gotta play it the Italian. And he was like, Mamma mia, let's go. And so that's how it went. And I saw the Mario movie, wasn't my favorite. And we're going to talk about it here. It's not in our top list by a milestone, but it is one of his higher grossing ones just because kids are stupid. And I feel like that's how it goes low key. I feel like most of the highest grossing things end up being kids franchises because, you know, they're so capitalistic, those little animals. You know what I'm saying? They want the toys. They want the Yu-Gi-Oh, the Pokemon, all that good stuff, man. I want it. What was your favorite collectible as a kid, Guido? Did you have a favorite collectible?
Collectible?
Yeah, were you like an action figure kid? Did you like sports?
I was a Cracker Jack kid. I'd always collect all the little toys inside the Cracker Jacks.
Now, okay, when did they stop doing? Because I remember like when I was a kid, they really only had like the paper ones.
Yeah. Like little stickers and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
hey,
have a bunch of those.
All right, shout out.
You said it was the first. I mean, that was the first one I remember.
No, hey, that's cool. I respect that. And me personally, as a kid, I did love Cracker Jacks. Now, when I eat them, I'm like, oh, I feel like they're not as good as they used to be. Maybe I'm crazy.
I don't know if that's they changed the ingredients or is that our taste buds changing?
Yeah, see, and that's another thing
I always
too.
think I'm crazy.
Yeah, and because I don't know if like they're changing the formula in a lot of this stuff, but when I eat, because remember when I had Cracker Jacks as a kid, I was addicted. Now when I have it, I'm like, you know, other caramel corn is better than Cracker Jacks. Like
sure. Poppycock is a good one.
Yes.
There's a bunch of good ones.
Look at the Poppycock. Now and I feel like Cracker Jack is like a bottom tier like caramel.
It depends on what you like. Do you want like caramel corn or do you want like the peanuts and all the extra stuff that comes with it and stuff?
That is true. It is more of a mix and it's a little bit lighter too because like some of that caramel popcorn can be really heavy with like the sugar. It's like, oh my God, it's like almost eating like a brownie or something. Like, ooh. It really weighs you down. But sometimes those kind of treats are perfect for a stoner movie like Seth Rogen. And for those who don't know, Seth Rogen is kind of like one of those big stoner types, like almost Snoop Dogg level stoner types.
Yeah, he really was in the alternative comedy world and pushed the marijuana use and put it in the movies and made it very impressionable. Almost like a Cheech and Chong, where they still try to stay true to the comedy aspects of it.
100%.
But then they introduce the weed aspects.
And I know Cheech and Chong, I guess you could almost call them the pioneers of that space almost.
Yeah.
Even
that like what, the 70s? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And back then, I mean, it was way more, you know, you're smoking on the mids and you're smoking. It was just way more on the edge of everything. Now, smoking weed is so commonplace. It's kind of just like,
yeah,
you know, your mom's doing it, your dad's doing it, you know, grandmas are even doing it low key.
Yeah, that's true. I see a lot of older people smoking weed.
And legalization wise, I feel like in terms of hopefully by the time we're in our 40s, knock on wood, that it'll be for the most part federally legal in the United States of A. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it'll never be with just how the politics are and how lucrative it is to have it in like this kind of mid space. Let us know, you know, in the comments if you're like a med patient or a rec patient. You know, you could be anywhere in America right now, or even maybe in Puerto Rico or in fucking Canada if you're lucky, where you got just fully recreational. That must be pretty nice.
Puerto Rico is recreational?
I believe so.
Oh, Oh shit.
I think I knock on. Maybe it's just medical. I know they have at least medical, which is still pretty cool for Puerto Rico.
Shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, my boy. And like I said, with let's say a lot of places, medical quote unquote is kind of a lot of people's recreational in a way. Because you could just have a lot of these edge, I can't sleep very well, or I'm a little anxious, and then you got your weed card. It's definitely a lot easier than it looks, and I definitely recommend it if you're trying to not ride dirty out here. Because the BBE podcast does not recommend riding dirty. We recommend riding safe, especially if you listen to the show. You already know. Now, Guido Papi, what is your favorite Seth Rogen movie?
I like Pineapple Express. I got a bunch. I really enjoy Seth Rogen.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's great. I really respect his like writing styles and his directing styles, and ultimately he's a good test of being like, okay, I like comedy and I want to do stand up.
Yeah,
did the stand up thing for a little bit, met some people, and then got really good with writing and wrote jokes for shows or whatever.
He's done SNL stuff too, right?
I don't think as an actor. I think as a writer.
Oh wow,
anything.
That's still cool though.
You're still meeting the same people. You just don't have that camera time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But he's got a buddy, Evan Goldberg or Goldblum. No, fuck, I'm gonna butcher Goldberg.
Okay.
Evan Goldblum. I don't know. One of the names, Evan. Evan, and that's his partner, and they write a lot of stuff together.
Nice. And like I said, I feel like he's almost produced as many movies as he's been in, if not more.
Probably more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
But he started off with small roles because he didn't like acting.
Yeah.
And then worked his way up into being like a main star.
And even now, you say he's not exactly a fan of. He prefers the more sideline roles or co-star roles versus taking a main role in a lot of cases.
I think he prefers like ensembles, to be honest.
Yeah.
It seems like it because there's always a bunch of people.
I agree.
And he's like a Adam Sandler in a way because he likes to have all these different cameos of his homies and stuff.
And I feel like he does best when he has those people to play off of, whether it's
especially
James
because
Franco or
the acting style, it seems like, is improv.
Yes.
They all do the improv kind of style, which is good. You're just riffing with your homies.
Yeah, I agree. And not everybody can do that. Like, believe me, it's tougher than you think.
I feel like in comedy, that's more common, and that's how you shine. You get to improv and show your style, and then like think like a Will Ferrell, like that kind of comedy. Like you're literally showing your style by just riffing off your whatever comes to your dome piece.
And I feel like that's a skill. It's like freestyling and rap almost. Being able to just off the dome, being able to pop off a good joke.
That is true because as a rapper, you're freestyling, right? You're going based upon the environment, situation, and then whatever you can think of your head. Same with acting. You got to bounce off of people and go through the environment of what you're in and everything. So yeah, it's very similar.
And some of the best lines in acting have been improv, like from Ghostbusters. I know a lot of the lines that were the best, were improv and things like that. And that's why I believe it's such a, important skill. You're not always going to have that script in front of you or whatever it is,
Certain actors want you to improv more than others. Or I'm sorry, certain directors want you to improv more than others.
Yeah, especially if it's that if that's the version of the film or the the
like here's the ending we would need you to get, here's the beginning, anywhere in between you're free to work around.
Yes.
Like that's cool.
And I feel like it kind of gives, that feel that nice nostalgic feeling that a lot of Seth Rogen films do, where it's just kind of like two dudes chilling or a few dudes chilling. It's just a very, very comfortable. It's very comfortable experience.
Like
and
this scene here, they're sitting on the couch, right?
Yes.
And I know with acting, you run certain scenes like a bunch of times, and then they just piece together all the ones they like.
100%. Right?
So like, I wonder how many times they did this scene where they're just sitting on the couch smoking weed, talking, bantering each other.
Oh man, I'd love to know too. I know a lot of times it's prop weed in these things.
Oh yeah.
It's not real weed.
No.
Oh man. Damn.
I don't think legally they can do.
No,
that.
legally.
But maybe who knows?
If they're in Cali,
I don't know. If he had a medical card and he had a medical card, and
I wonder.
Who knows? I don't know.
Let us know in the comments.
I'm pretty sure it's prop weed.
Like I said, yeah, because I think federally it's probably still would be a problem. But hey, I actually have this scene pulled up here on our YouTube, Pineapple Express. This one famously is when he learned how to roll the cross joint. Guido Papi, for the people, a cross joint is kind of a unique smoking, Yeah,
it's a joint. It's a joint through a joint, and you light 3 ends.
Wow.
And then you smoke on the other end.
Now, it's not exactly...
I think it's more for show than anything. It's not very practical.
I've smoked one before.
Me too.
And it was kind of... I think we smoked it together.
I think so.
And let's just say it. Maybe we didn't roll it 100% right.
Maybe
Who knows?
not. But fun fact, Cam can roll some pretty cool shit. Can't lie.
Oh yeah.
The cannons. Remember the cannons back in the day? The triple barrels.
The triple barrel shotguns. Hey, for those who know,
Cushmas.
you know. Hey, Merry Christmas
shit,
in
that
the
was a good
chat.
time.
Let us know if you guys celebrate, you know, recreationally, medically, however it is. We want to know how you celebrate the Seth Rogen way, the 420 way, baby.
Facts.
And if you guys want us to see, you guys want to see like a special 420 episode, let us know.
Yeah,
in the
let us know if
comments.
you'd be down for 420. We might do that.
That might be fun, man. I'd be down for that.
And then one day maybe we do a live one on 420 and do it. Yeah, that'd be sick. But anyways, this scene right here. So let me paint the picture. So
Facts.
Pineapple Express. Seth Rogen is just a normal guy. I think he's the guy that works. He serves people like legal documents. I think that's his job.
I remember that. Yeah.
Smokes a shit ton of weed, and he goes to his dealer, who is James Franco.
James Franco.
James Franco's like your cool dealer, but wants to be more than the dealer, wants to be friends. And Seth's kind of like shrugging him off.
Yeah.
And then in this scene is like one day he pulls up and they're vibing. They're vibing out. He's like, fuck it, I'll smoke some free weed, some extra free weed, and let me see what else he got. And it kind of gives like a funny take on like drug dealers. And then, yeah, so then like a bunch of crazy shit goes on. It's just one of those typical stoner movies where like you don't know where it's going to go. It just keeps going.
And I will say James Franco kind of portrays the plug that we all want, low key, like, you know, because not most plugs are not near this caliber.
But he also does portray like the side of the dealer where it's like, seems like a lot of bad shit just follows them everywhere they go.
Yeah, they got bad luck, low key.
He's very paranoid in this movie.
Yes.
He does a really good job.
Oh, for sure.
And I read allegedly he auditioned for the other part and Seth wanted to play and they swapped.
Wow.
So, something like that.
That's interesting. And, you know, and that kind of makes sense to where, because Seth Rogen definitely could have played.
I'm pretty sure he wrote this movie too. So like, isn't that crazy? So you write the movie and you're trying not to imagine yourself as any of them.
Yeah.
And then when you cast yourself, you're like, oh shit, you know, I'm this guy.
That must be interesting too, especially. And I wonder if he's ever directed. I'm not sure if he ever directed anything. But imagine if you're directing a movie that you're in too.
Oh yeah, This Is the End, I think, or maybe not. Maybe he didn't direct that.
See, that'd be pretty cool.
I don't know that much.
Because like, okay, I'm directing now. Okay, I'm gonna hop in. You guys hold the camera for me while I hop in this movie real quick.
This Is the End. He directed, wrote, and produced and acted in it.
Hey.
So you got to be very specific with your mindset on those kind of movies, though. I bet you're kind of an asshole to everybody because you're like, it has to be perfect.
And that is a good point, too. And I think, at least as far as we've seen, we haven't gotten like an Ellen DeGeneres, like kind of like breakdown of Seth Rogen, like him like, oh, fuck you, you're an idiot.
If it has, no one's ever talked about it.
Yeah, well, it hasn't come out. And usually those things do come out, especially for someone like Seth Rogen, who I might argue, actually, this is tough. Is he more famous than Ellen? Ooh, that might be a bad.
Is Seth Rogen more famous than Ellen?
In my opinion, yes, but maybe
nowadays, maybe. Yeah, I would say nowadays.
Especially nowadays, because Ellen definitely fell off.
Maybe not when this movie came out.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Same thing with like Oprah. Like now, Oprah is like everyone knows who Oprah is, but now
at one point, Oprah I think was one of the most famous women in the world.
No, she was, and that's
not no more.
Yeah, now it's more like, I mean,
shit. There's probably OnlyFans girl more famous than Oprah right now.
Sophie Rain.
Swear to God.
Sophie Rain.
The other chick, the Camilla bitch. There's.
Hey.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Let us know your.
We skipped. Nah, fuck that. Back to the scene.
Yo, man, we got James Franco, Seth Rogen.
And then about smoked cross joint. It's the dopest dope you've ever smoked.
Now this is for tobacco use only, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget. Check this out on YouTube. You know the vibes.
Yeah, I'll never smoke and end up like that anymore.
Fact, man. Those man back in the day when you just took a couple and you were just whoo.
Yeah, I remember high school, one hit and you were like wilding, you were tweaking.
And now I blame that both on our tolerance because we smoke more and now the weed is so much stronger now. Like you're getting like 30%.
But you would think that would make you go crazy,
right?
Though.
Yeah.
No, I think it's tolerance.
Yeah, I think it must be like our tolerance and just how things are going nowadays. It's just kind of crazy. Now, Pineapple Express, for those who don't know, is not only the name of the movie, it's actually a strain as well.
Yeah, I recommend it.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to smoke it, smoke it.
I will say it is
the
becoming
dopest dope you'll ever smoke.
Facts. It is becoming a little less common as more of these cross strains. Because now you'll get more like Pineapple Express mixed with something else or whatever. It's all hybrid monstrosities. The Frankenstein weeds out here,
and
baby.
I think the true stoners get mad because it's like they enjoy it, right? And then a movie or a song comes around, like in Kid Cudi's case, the Maui Wowie, and then it kind of ruins by everybody getting to this mainstream, You know what I'm saying?
No, and I agree. And then like, you know, it's like a phase of weed, like the
And then
Maui
it goes
Wowie.
away.
Yeah.
Like there's been so many phases of weed.
Skywalker OG.
Like over here in
so
Florida,
good.
Crippy.
Crippy.
I can't find that shit no more.
I heard in Puerto Rico, that's still all the vibe. That's my boys in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
They
I would
always talk
say
about
so.
that creepy.
I would say so.
Let us know
Goosh.
if you're over in Puerto Rico and you're smoking on that crippy. You know, send me a little DM of it. I kind of want to see what y'all are working with. You know what I'm saying?
Makes you 10 times more higher than the crossweed and the Pineapple Express, man. You're like totally fucking gong showed, man.
Now, see, for those who don't know, that's if I took a dab, if I take dabs, I'll cough like that still. Low key.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one way I could still get a good cough like that. If I take a dab, oh,
Shit,
baby.
if you took a dab in the studio and I just smelt it, I'd be coughing like that.
Facts. And for
Because I
those,
don't fucking take dabs.
for those who may not be like an aficionado, a dab is basically like a concentrated form of the old flower substance. You
yeah,
know
with
what
the
I'm saying?
dab rig with the nail.
Yeah, basically
Looks like they're doing drugs.
Yeah, I will say it's definitely more intense, not for the faint of heart, but it is becoming more common, especially now with like the more like the Puffcos.
Yeah,
exactly.
some of the vapes. Yeah, true.
Yeah, like we got homies that got Puffcos, and they bring them in their car, they bring them over to my crib when they come hang out. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against it, but like I personally wouldn't bring like a bong in my car to like bring to a party.
Yeah, some of the most craziest people I've ever seen pull like a bong out from under their seat. Yo, you want to hit this? And I'm
Facts.
Like, you just pull that out from under your seat? You drive with that?
I'm like, yo, that and glass especially. Like as a kid, like, and I get it because me personally, I love glass. You know, I love being able to just take one and done. You know what I'm saying?
In fact, I had a buddy who I said the same thing. I was like, "You have a glass bong?" He goes, "Yeah, check it out." Out of his car, throws it in the air, and it lands. It goes like the hardest glass clink sound. Didn't break.
Oh, he's got one of those Supreme Patty bongs.
Didn't break. And he was
Swipe
like,
up.
He was like, "Yo, let's hit it." I'm like, "That's crazy."
Hey guys, and hey, you know, we actually have a swipe up as well. Swipe up and on that description, and you can follow us on YouTube, baby. Like, comment, subscribe. Man, Supreme Patty was another one of those celebrities that really fell off really, really hard.
Yeah.
I see him on Snapchat once in a while, but like it is. And I guess I'm not gonna say it's sad because you know how much did he really deserve in terms of what he was doing?
Well, we don't know what he went through.
Exactly, we don't know.
anything.
Who knows if he quit on purpose? You know, and that's with a lot of these guys too. You can only do it with so long, especially with like same thing with like sports. Like you can't be the pro football player forever. You know what I'm saying? Like
If you want to be good, you utilize your talents. So then you go into business.
yes. Maybe do some coaching. Maybe
That too.
Maybe get on Cars 3.
But that's the difference between these viral people, these viral little stars.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? 6'7". You know, we talked about that. Hey, if you guys like that kind of content, we have another episode where we talk about that and all of that. I think episode 2, we talk about that. The 6'7" kid and all that fun stuff. Make sure you go check us out on our Patreon, Rumble, all that. But yeah, Pineapple Express really was a great scene, and this scene exactly shows that right here.
Hey man, it's Chris Jabert, man. Let me up.
Now the villains of this movie, I forgot they're in a lot of Seth Rogen's films. I forgot what their names were, but
Who are the villains? There's a multiples. There's a bunch.
I know I can't remember their names. They're like the two guys. I forgot what their names were.
Yeah, it's literally he's his drug dealer. He gets drugs from them. Then some crazy shit happens. He sees some shit. Some people want to kill him. Then they end up finding some drugs. And then the people want it back. That's
The
literally-
Pineapple Express is supposed to be like a mystical strain, right?
It's supposed to be super rare there.
Yeah. And it ends up like they smoke it and they're like, oh, and then the dealer's like, oh, we need this. We want it.
And then there's like they play on the conspiracy theory of the MK Ultra shit too. I don't know if
you're right.
Yeah,
you're
where
right.
they're like, let's give the people weed.
That's
fuck
true.
'em up.
That's true. And
Yeah.
hey, maybe that was Seth Rogen's inspiration for Houseplant. You know what I'm saying? He's always been a big weed guy, and maybe, that's to his detriment a little bit because I don't know if he always wants to be associated as like that stoner type.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's fucking happy with that.
It's like similar with Snoop Dogg. Like he don't give a damn. He loves it. He loves
yeah, I
it.
mean, yeah, if he wasn't happy with it, he fucked up.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? Him,
He fucked
Wiz
up.
Khalifa, Cheech and Chong, any of them, if you were like, oh, do you fuck with it? And they said, nah, that'd be like, what?
Man, Cheech and Chong are getting old, man. It's almost like Stan Lee. I don't know if like they're like, carting themselves out, or if they have like a team that's like pushing them out to do like all these press things and all these different marketing things. Because Them boys are old, boy.
Oh yeah, they just try to make that back.
It was similar with Stan Lee, though, because Stan Lee, like, a lot of it was like his producers and stuff that pushed him to do a lot of stuff that he necessarily maybe didn't want to do. It was like a whole scandal that came out with him being like abused and stuff as like an elderly man. It was crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Look that up because let's just say for Marvel fans, it wasn't exactly the
Is that the creator of Marvel?
Yeah. Stan Lee. He was
He's
the
Asian?
No.
Oh.
That'd be funny though. But he did a lot of the cameos and stuff. He was always popping in.
Yeah, I remember like the old pervert, creepy man looking dude. With the
Facts.
slick back hair.
I will say that would have been my one acceptable use of CGI if they kept having him pop into Marvel movies because I love those little cameos.
Like now, even since he's been dead.
That would have been funny.
Oof, yeah, I don't know about that.
But then again, that's probably more fucked up than funny. But hey, let us know because it's the same thing like when Tupac they did the Tupac hologram tour. And they had him like him and Snoop Dogg were performing, but it was a hologram of Tupac with real Snoop Dogg. It was kind of weird.
Damn.
And I know
well, that's because he probably signed a contract and signed his likeness away.
No, I agree. That's totally that they probably and a lot of artists have probably done that without even knowing about it. Probably Lil Uzi and all these guys probably when they're dead and gone, they're gonna be performing for the next 500 years.
Yeah, with drones and holograms.
Yeah, and I believe it because it's like, especially now, like once we're old people, we're gonna be able to be like probably holograms that you can touch, and they'll probably be able to molest you and stuff like that. It's gonna be a whole vibe, low key. Maybe Seth Rogen will make a movie about that, where robots, holograms become real or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know if he has any movies like that. It's super robotic. Now, this next movie here we're gonna be talking about. This is The End, a movie that I'm not super familiar with, but I do know a little bit about. It's kind of like a disaster comedy, right?
Yeah. So it's like a disaster / horror movie
It's a horror? Okay.
Kind of. They made it, okay, not horror, but gory.
Oh, yeah, good. That is true,
and then they just try to make it as funny as possible.
That is true, yeah, because you see a lot of
it's like action,
pieces flying.
gore, and then comedy.
And actually, this scene I have pulled up here is a very good example of kind of that gory scene. Michael Cera is his name, correct?
Where? What?
The actor here in this scene where he gets stabbed.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
This is a different movie because everybody is playing themselves in a more dramatic way.
And yeah, when I first saw the marketing for this movie, I did think that was an interesting premise where all the actors were just using their actor names and things like that. A lot of my favorite, obviously, is Aziz Ansari and people that you don't really see that much, especially nowadays.
Yeah. Back then, though, everybody was at prime.
Yes.
Everyone in this movie.
No, yeah.
This is like before Kevin Hart was huge.
Yes. Yeah, Kevin
So
Hart looks
many
young
people
as
in
hell
this.
in this movie, low-key.
Paul Rudd.
Got him right through
Emma
the chest.
Watson. There's a bunch of people. Jonah Hill.
Oh my god. What was this rated, by the way? Do you know?
Oh, R for sure.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, my boy squirting. Ayo. Uh-oh. I always wondered, like, because I know that's mostly practical effects. I wonder how they do that, like, in terms of, like, if it's all makeup, or I wonder how they do it, if that's all CGI. I always wondered how they do that with these older movies.
Probably a bit of both. I mean, this movie's not as old as you think.
Yeah, no, it's honestly not. Probably, like, what, 14, 13, maybe?
Yeah,
2014?
2013.
Now, I don't remember exactly.
Damn, Pineapple Express was 2008.
Woo!
I didn't think it was that old, but yeah.
Damn, we getting old, boy. Now, I don't remember exactly the premise of the disaster in this movie.
It's an apocalypse.
It's an apocalypse.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the aliens are coming, or maybe it's not aliens. Maybe it's like, get ascended to heaven. I don't remember.
Nice.
But it was
Okay.
the apocalypse in L.A. And they're at a L.A. party with all their homies. And then it's the apocalypse and the world's ending. And then like, now it turns into like, instead, because like, yeah, at the apocalypse, it's like everyone's dead essentially, right?
Yeah, but
But
this is
not
like
everyone's dead
just
yet.
L.A.
Yeah, but it's allegedly the whole world is going through it.
Okay.
But then it turns into like a disaster part of the movie because like some of them are alive and they're trying to survive and they're just trying to, I think, ascend. I think that's the goal in the movie. It's been a while, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's cool. And I think this is another one of those movies where the plot is really not that important. It's really
It's
not.
just it's about the journey and all the
Exactly.
crazy shit.
It's just to see all the funny death scenes and to see all your favorite comedians kind of interacting with each other.
Yep.
Sometimes for the first time ever, and probably never again, some of these guys were in the same movie. You know, with
Together,
with how many of them are in this movie.
Yeah, one of my favorites from this movie is Danny McBride. He does a great job in this movie.
Shout out,
He just
shout
always
out.
plays a fucking crazy guy.
Now Seth Rogen, obviously, I don't think he's like the main star. Is there even a main star in this, or are they
He's
all
part of the main,
ensemble?
yeah, main cast ensemble.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody starts falling in the pit of hell.
Now this is a great movie if you don't like certain celebrities. This is a great movie to watch if you want to see one of your most hated celebrities get
Yeah, like
murdered.
if you didn't like someone and they get killed, like I think almost everyone dies eventually.
Nice. So you get to see all of your favorite celebrities get murdered.
Yeah, it's just
gruesomely.
like a scary movie.
Facts.
Yeah.
I will say some of these guys are getting murdered more gruesomely than others. Obviously, Michael Cera with the thing in his chest versus a guy kind of falling.
This is good right here.
Ah. Did he get shot? What happened
That
there?
was an electric wire.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, wow. That's some high voltage, boy.
Yep. Thank God.
Oh, that was back before Kevin Hart was the the monumental crazy
Yeah,
success
he was
that
on his rise. I think everybody here was on their way up. Maybe not to peak yet, but on their way up.
I think Kevin had done some of his stand-ups at this point, but he still hadn't really like gone.
He was on Soul Plane. He was on quite a bit of movies.
It's the Soul Plane. That movie was banger.
I love Jay Bear Show.
Now, I'm assuming this movie does not have a happy ending at all.
It's just so all over the place.
Because as I said, most people die. I'm assuming probably a couple of our favorite celebrities.
I mean, like
get
if
out.
everyone dies and just one person lives, is that a happy ending?
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a good point.
I think it's one of those kind of vibes.
I guess that's a very subjective. Yeah, maybe that person wanted that. I guess so.
Yeah, now LA's like all on fire and shit.
And I will say it's an interesting concept because you usually don't see these disaster movies, centered around celebrities. It's usually like just the random populace.
Random shit.
Because
Yeah.
usually when you think about it, like in a real life scenario, celebrities would probably be, the most protected, right? Because they have money and security and
Depends
all that.
on the disaster. Depends on what you're talking about.
That is true. I guess if it was like a huge, like a major earthquake in LA and it was like it was too fast to react to, then yeah, that's a great point.
You know what I'm saying?
But if it was like a long-term thing,
But this is supposed to be the apocalypse, so like that's the
that's
craziest of the craziest.
And that is true. This isn't like a Fallout situation where it's like it was like a planned thing and they have like nuclear shelters and all that.
Yeah.
This was like a quick the ground is hell is opening up before us and eating us all. And
I think also too, if I remember correctly,
yeah,
someone goes to the gas station in the beginning of the movie, and some crazy shit happens, like an earthquake or something.
okay.
And then these beams of light shoot down, and some people leave, right? And they're regular people to say that they were going to heaven. And then they're like, oh, that's crazy. And then they go back to the party. So that's a saying everybody that's at the party is either got to go through purgatory or they're going to hell and they die. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of fun, saying that the celebrities aren't good.
Is Diddy in this movie by chance?
I don't know. He might be in one of the rooms.
Damn. No, I think he actually is in this movie. Am I right? Doesn't he?
Nah, not this one. You're talking about Get Him to the Greek.
Oh, because I know there was a movie where he chases a couple people and
Get Him to the Greek.
Oh man, it's crazy. The more that you see, it's like the Dan Schneider thing, where it's like he was obsessed with feet and stuff like that. And then as you watch like all those old shows like iCarly and stuff,
Yeah, you see it. You're like, ooh, that hits different in a weird way.
Oh my god, my childhood was completely evil. Like it's kind of sad to see the innocence of the world melt before you. You know what I mean? I feel like as a kid, so many things are innocent. You're not super self-conscious. You just have that. You have a good life. You get to just play Legos and not have to worry about the political hatred of the world. Like when I was a kid or when I was younger, like Obama was, in office in 2008. It was a whole crazy crisis, but I didn't know. I was chilling. I was playing with my action figures and having a good time. And I guess maybe kids even nowadays, or back when COVID happened, I guess. Imagine like being born into COVID or like going into school for COVID. That'd be pretty crazy, man.
Well, like back in the day, bro, like if you weren't watching the news or reading the paper or someone told you word of mouth, you didn't really know.
And that is a good point, yeah.
Now when it comes to kids, you have those aspects as well, right? But they're not very present. It's just whatever's on social media.
Yes.
Whatever you're exposed to on social media.
It's really shoved in your face now.
So yeah, you got even more of a way to not hide from it.
And I will say, yeah, and that's why the vulgarity nowadays is so like now.
It depends on your algorithm, is what you're seeing. Is it non-biased? Is it biased in one side, or is it saying the worst? Like, to be honest, when you're on Instagram and you're scrolling and you see some shit, it's never good shit, nice shit, positive shit. It's always like massacre of 12, decapitation, fight videos, ass cheeks. Someone just got in trouble, sexual allegation. You know what I'm saying? It's never like. This kid won the spelling bee of the United States, or this guy saved, of people from a burning building. Like, that shit just fades real quick.
Because let's be fair, that's not what the people want to hear.
Exactly. That's not what's going to get the clicks.
It sucks, but, they want to see the hero fall, you know what I'm saying? They want to see that negativity.
But even in the paper back in the day, like, they had some positive stories sometimes. I would see that. Like, even in the news, you would see sometimes. Now it's just like, I don't see shit.
And the sad part is that makes me really cynical is even some of that stuff that does end up getting filtered through that's good can also be fake. You know what I mean? Where like it's like, oh, it's actually an acted out scene, or God forbid it's AI.
This is AI. Yep.
Oh my God. Let us know in the comments. Is there a video that even fooled you that was AI? Because guess what? There's been some that have been on the border for me where I'm like, oh shit, that almost kind of fooled me low key in terms of a AI video. Like I had to double check. I will say some good ways to know is like if it's anywhere where there's like brands or anything like that, usually there will be no brand names or anything like that. So, always keep an eye out. But it's hard nowadays. The AI.
This whole video is AI.
Yeah, we're the AI podcast here on Big Banter Energy. But and that's the good thing. I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of companies are actually going guaranteed human, quote unquote. I don't know if that's actually a popular trend going right now.
Stupid.
Where they're guaranteeing, whatever that means, which means nothing to a company, ultimately being guaranteed nothing. But they're saying they're never going to use a big example of this is the radio company iHeartRadio. They've actually claimed that they're going to be guaranteed human for now and quote unquote ever. But we'll see how long that ends up being mustered for, because AI right now is kind of in that place where it's not really good enough to be, what do you call it? Like a real player in like entertainment space. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't watch a talk show of like an AI guy and it'd be like actually like, oh, okay, this is like a real show. It would definitely have the hiccups and it would be like, when you watch AI videos, the animation's off and things like that. But give it like 10 or 20 years and we might be somewhere.
Well, essentially nowadays, like no one even watches full videos. Like I hope they watch ours, but I'm just saying, everyone just watches clips.
That is true.
If you have a really good AI clip, you can have a whole AI show just with a bunch of AI clips. No one will ever know.
And I will say, okay, a great example of that is like when they had those AI baby videos.
I've seen the babies do a podcast.
That was
I've
fucking
seen the cats
funny.
Do a podcast. I've seen there's like different bugs doing a podcast. There's all types of ones.
And I will say that is an example of AI where, okay, that's fucking funny. And I actually kind of enjoy like the baby podcast or the cat podcasts. Maybe even we'll replace ourselves with babies or cats at one point for a little promo video for you guys. That'd be pretty funny. Guido might be a cat and I'll be a dog. Oh, big dog, big dog.
I don't consent to any of this.
No consent here on the podcast. Now, speaking of things that didn't have consent, Sausage Party was a pretty brutal movie full of non-consensual actions.
I consented to watching it. I thought that was a great movie.
I will say we were both pretty young. Obviously, you were a little bit older, but I was quite a bit younger when this movie came out, and I'm surprised my mom let me go see it. Were you at the age where your mom cared, or were you able to just see whatever at your age?
What, in 2016?
Yeah.
I can watch whatever the fuck I want.
Nice.
2016?
Hey, like I said, hey, you're a little bit
older. I
older.
was a grown adult 2016.
He a grown boy. I was still a little bit young in 20. This is when that movie came out, 2016.
Yeah,
oh
not
wow.
that old.
Oh wow. Okay, never mind. I thought I was a little bit older. Never mind.
Yeah. No.
Never mind. Okay, I was graduating high school in 2016, so never mind. Okay. Well, I remember I saw this in the theater, and it was kind of a big deal because everyone was like, "Oh, this movie is like insanely raunchy, yada
Damn,
yada."
I didn't get to see it in theater. I wish I did.
Damn. I'm not saying it was like one where you had to see it in theater, but it was cool. It was definitely a very shocking movie.
What's like the premise?
So the premise basically is like food comes to life, kind of like Toy Story. You know how like toys come to life, yada yada yada. But this is where food comes to life, and as you know, food gets consumed, unlike toys. We have a very different relationship with our food. And I would say, let's say if I was a steak, I would not be very happy to see me coming. You know what I'm saying? Because you about to get cut and ate.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
let's just say Sausage Party kind of follows that concept, but the food doesn't know that at first because, you know, and I think this is kind of like a deeper context in the movie where like the government and like the natives make like this story where like there's like a heaven. Like when the food gets purchased, it gets taken to heaven and they have a good life.
Yeah, because the setting of the movie is a grocery store. So all the food is in the grocery store and doesn't know any other life outside of the grocery store. That is the heaven. You will get ascended to the heaven.
Yes.
By being chosen to be bought, to be rang up and leave. And they don't know anything outside of the grocery store. So their whole goal is we got to leave the grocery store. We got to get chosen by the humans.
They get excited. They're like, hey, please choose me. And
they think they're winning the lottery or they're going to heaven or
yes.
whatever.
And I think the crux of it happens when an item gets returned. And he starts freaking out because he's like, oh, I've seen the great beyond it.
He's like tweaking.
Yeah.
He's like a junkie.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you don't know. It's not what you think. Oh, God.
And they're like, what the fuck? They shrug him off.
And then one of the government guys, he's like, hey, you better be quiet or I'm going to murder you. And then he's like, oh. And from there, it kind of dives deeper into, well, now they want to discover, oh, is this really, is life a lie?
And they'll do whatever to get chosen.
Yes.
Whether they got to murder each other and all
yes.
this other crazy stuff.
And let's just say they do eventually get chosen. They get sent to the quote-unquote promised land. And Guido Papi had me pull up this scene here of one of the more crazy scenes.
It's really good. It's animated really well, and it's really fucked up.
Yes. Maybe
it's very deep, too.
Maybe viewer discretion advised. If you are a kiddo happening to watch this, don't tell your mom, okay?
Just think about it. This is what your food goes through when you cook.
Yes, just imagine this. But that's the thing, because like even vegans like aren't safe in this movie, because even the vegetables have feelings, right? So yeah, you guys are all fucked. You're all monsters, okay?
We are all
we're all monsters, yes.
They had to make him Italian.
Yeah. Racist.
Have a familia.
No, I do think it's pretty funny how they make the humans look so demonic at this point. Like they have her with the red eyes and shit. I thought that was funny. Jeez. Again, rated R, right? Pretty sure.
I think so.
Yeah, pretty sure.
If it's not rated R, it's unrated.
Damn. Okay. Goddamn though, Mama is thicker than a Snicker over here. They did that on purpose just for Cam.
She uncorked his head. Oh shit.
Wait, is the wine?
Yeah, the bottle.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Anything in the grocery store was alive.
Wow.
Drinks included.
And see, now this is one of those movies where do not think about it. Don't think about it for a minute. Because, like, think about it. Like, shouldn't this bag of baby carrots be alive and the carrots inside of it?
No, because they're the items of food.
But see, why is the wine bottle alive or the wine?
Why would how would you have the wine alive?
I know,
the whole container.
See, that's where, like, okay, so ice cream. Would ice cream be alive or is
the whole container?
So like if you take the ice cream out, would that be alive?
No, unless there were like individual packaged ones.
That's only solids
and liquids.
See, this is okay. Like I said, this is.
But they stick to the same rules for the whole movie.
Okay.
I like how they give every different food a personality.
Nice.
And an accent.
Oh, get it, baby carrots. So they're like,
yeah, they're like children.
No.
I don't know about you. When I open my carrots, I do eat a couple of them. Before I use them.
Oh, you dirty! You're a monster. Look what you're doing.
Fucking children! We gotta run! Oh, we're all gonna die!
Now I forgot. Like, to the humans, it's very similar to Toy Story, where they don't see all of this happening.
Correct.
They only see very I think
they don't see anything.
So do they see movement at all? Like if the hot dog went out the window,
if it's running, it's rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Get the fuck out of it and run!
Oh, yeah.
Okay, little buddy. Jump on the count of 3. 1.
Do hot dogs take fall damage? I wonder. Probably. Impacto.
2.
This part is fucked up. He looks kind of like Patrick, like there, low
Patrick
key.
Star?
Yeah, it looks like a zoomed-in Patrick.
Bar, what are you saying, Carl? Oh God, no!
The fuck did he not see that?
She didn't stab all the way through.
Okay, she knows what she was doing on that one. Who the hell,
yeah.
who cuts a hot dog like that? You know what I'm saying?
That's how I cook them.
You cook them like you cut them like in half,
And
like
then I
that?
put them on a griddle.
Oh, okay, that's.
I don't
good.
split them completely.
And you wouldn't cut it like that, like sadistically. Like you put it on the plate.
I usually, after I saw this movie, I do. add a
Oh,
little
you
more
like
into
you
it.
pretend you pretend. Let us
I'm
know
just
in the
kidding.
comments if you pretend after you saw this movie like you're in the movie and you like torture. It's a little. It's like
That's psychotic.
a little. It's like when you watch Terrifier. Like you be watching Terrifier while you torture your food, your hot dogs and stuff. Cuckoo. Oh my God.
Dear sweet Carl, what have they done?
Carl, no.
No! 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 No!
Banger.
Well, he's good now. Like I said, once you fall out.
No, animals can get you anything. Can get you.
Oh,
you
that's
see?
true.
You gotta find the real world. I think the goal is to get back to the supermarket.
And so ultimately, that is the premise. I think they took a lot of the inspiration from Toy Story, obviously, but made it a more obviously aggressive, funny approach.
And Toy Story is not sexualized. They sexualized a lot of the food. And
Yeah,
shit too.
yeah. There are more scenes.
Like
of,
the hot dogs are always trying to stuff the buns.
yeah, and yeah, because
They're like, don't make me go in your packaging over there, baby. Like, it's kind of funny.
I will say, yeah, the buns are all female, correct? And then the hot dogs,
I think so.
Yeah,
Or all
they're-
male, yeah.
Maybe no in betweens. I don't think they don't really touch on any in between any transsexual stuff in this movie, which is pretty surprising. I think they were right on the border of on that time, but ultimately, and you know, I don't know if you know about this, Guido. You know, this movie got actually a TV show. Did you know that?
Yeah, they did a spinoff.
Yeah. Did you watch it? No.
Mm-mm.
I heard it was not nearly as well. Obviously, they didn't get.
Seth Rogen made it, all that stuff too.
I believe Seth Rogen was the only one that was a part of the show. The rest of the people I don't think came back, so he had to get new actors for all that. But I do believe he produced it and did all that.
Probably
so,
got a bag for it. Was like, fuck it, let's try it.
yeah, I believe Amazon was like, "Hey, we'll give you a handy and a bag if you can make some more sausages for us." And he was like,
Party.
"Bags." So this was one of those animated movies that he was definitely a big part of, and also one of a more leading role. He's been in a lot of others as well, like Kung Fu Panda and stuff like that. But a very minor role in those. He was the cricket, I believe. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Kung Fu Panda movies, Guido. Negative. Okay. Let us know if you guys have seen any of those as well in the comments. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Kung Fu Panda. It was a cool movie. He is a very minor role in that. He's one of the small little warriors. Nothing too minor. And Seth Rogen, honestly, he kind of plays that part very well in terms of a supporting role or a co-star. It's always fun to see him pop up kind of out of nowhere, low-key. A newer example of that was that Super Mario movie that came out just recently.
Yeah.
Do you remember what character he was in that?
Yeah, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
You just said it.
Yeah, and that's the part that I thought was kind of crazy because Donkey Kong was not expected to be, that voice.
Well, literally, I think his first line is the ha. He like laughs. I think it's
Exactly.
literally his first line.
And some people were very angry about that. The Mario jerkers, you know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, I thought he did okay. I thought it was funny, and they had Fred Armisian do Cranky Kong as well. I don't know if he does kind of like an old Jewish accent. It's kind of hard to explain. I definitely am not an accenter. I can only do a couple. Guido Papi is the king of the accents.
Nah.
The king of the streets. He was also the Lion King. He was a bigger part in that. He was Pumbaa in the Lion King reboot.
Yep.
So I'll give him a little bit more of a credit on that because Pumbaa holds it down in the Lion King low key.
Wasn't he in I'd never seen it. Wasn't he in one of the Shreks too?
Yes, he was in Shrek the Third as well. I forgot what role he was in
I don't know,
Shrek
I
the
never
Third.
seen it. I only saw 1 and 2.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, Shrek the Third. Yeah, they started. I did see the third, but I was a little bit older. They started losing me definitely around the third.
It's all blur.
Yes. Now I did come back for Puss in Boots because being a cat fan, this was a go-to for me. And Puss in Boots was fire, low key. It was pretty good, especially the reboot. I don't know if I don't know if you'd watch it just because of the cat propaganda.
I just don't fuck with Shrek.
And that's fair. That's honestly fair. Was it Mike Myers that does the? I believe he does the. Is he
The Shrek?
I believe so. He's the groovy baby. That's him too, right?
Austin Powers. Yeah.
Nice, Austin
it's Mike
Powers.
Myers.
Now, and I don't know if you know the story behind. Do you know the guy who was supposed to do it was who was
Chris Farley, of
Yeah,
course.
I didn't. And when I first saw Shrek, obviously I didn't know that. But when I learned later,
It's actually very sad.
Yeah, it was very sad. And ultimately, I'm not sure, you know, regardless of Chris Farley, I don't know if the movie would have done as well with Chris Farley, just because I think Mike Myers had that, the accent came way later.
I will say Mike Myers did a good job at just doing a really good job at the role. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
But Chris Farley at the time, popping.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Popping. He was on his way up. Rising star.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he passed away.
No, and I agree. And I mean, he was in so many great movies. Obviously, some Adam Sandler classics. What was it? Billy Madison. He was the bus driver.
Yeah, he did.
I wish I knew more Chris Farley movies. That's my lacking of not watching more of them. But
Tommy Boy, Black Sheep.
Tommy Boy was banger. I never saw Black Sheep, but I know it was great. Let us know your favorite Chris Farley movie in the comments, and let me know which one I need to catch up on, because I am well behind on that. Kung Fu Panda was another one of those movies that was, great at the beginning, and then they just stretched it out way too long. I believe now they're like on the 4th or the 5th one with Awkwafina coming in this shit. And I mean, in my opinion, Awkwafina is one of those actors, like, Awkwafina, right? She's she's like an Asian actress. She was in Shang-Chi and some of these other movies.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, well,
I'm not so familiar with female comedians.
No, yeah, and Awkwafina, I would beg to call her a comedian, low key. Some people obviously would, but in my opinion, she's not that funny. Let us know how you feel about her. But...
Oh, she the one that she has her voice is very specific.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she was in The Little Mermaid. She was in a lot of stuff. And unfortunately, whenever you Google her, the water comes up first.
Because you're spelling it wrong.
Well, I don't know.
A-W-K.
I don't know how to spell her name either, so... Yeah, because I think her name is spelled different than the water as well.
Yeah,
so.
100%.
Yeah, she spells it really... A-W-K-W-A-F-I-N-A. I would have never guessed that. That's very, what do you call it? Like, Aquafina.
It's so you don't get the water bottle.
Exactly. Yeah, facts. And I don't think that's her like legal. Yeah, Nora Lunn is her real name. Okay, yeah, I didn't think that was her legal name. Because I wonder if Coca-Cola would have a problem with that, or whoever owns the actual water brand.
Oh, Aquafina.
Yeah. I wonder if she ever that would be a great cameo for her if she did like a sponsor with the water brand Aquafina, even though everyone hates that water. I don't know how you feel about. Are you one of those guys that like has like okay? Yeah, I think you.
I'm a big water snob, bud. You should know better.
No, I know. I didn't know if like.
You'll never catch me drinking none of that bullshit.
Okay, is Aquafina as bad as people say?
Yeah. Have you never had it?
I don't.
Taste the difference.
I just don't get it because of the propaganda. I don't buy it.
Oh, just take a sip. You be the judge.
No,
same with Dasani.
No, I mean I'm sure I've probably drinking it, advertently. If someone like has it like for an emergency or whatever, I will drink it if I have to. You know what I'm saying? But I usually only buy like the Publix brand or whatever, or the Severhills or something like that. But I do agree with the bougie side of water in terms of like maybe the more liquid deaths or the Evians or the more pH balanced stuff. Let us know in the comments how you guys feel about it, because I know there is a lot of debate on that. Fancy water, ionized water. Some of it can be real, some of it can be a little bit like placebo vibes. And Pedialyte too, but that's more of like a, what do you call it?
That's not water.
No, I know, but that's like a
hydration drink.
Yeah, obviously it's like a water supplement. It has like fruit. Is it juice? It's not juice though.
It's like sodium and water.
Yeah,
and
but it's
flavoring.
not like it's not fruit juice. Okay, but yeah, it's one of those similar to Gatorade, just meant to kind of like hydrate things like that.
So. Your electrolytes.
Yeah, electrolytes. But yes, so let us know. So those were our top Seth Rogen films so far, but not exactly the top grossing films, because a lot of his top grossing films, I think obviously you would know, are probably going to be his animated movies. So, the Mario movie I think is number 1 right now. We got Kung Fu Panda, we got Shrek up there, The Lion King. The Lion King actually surprisingly made a lot of money considering it was a reboot, but I'm not a big fan of the reboots. I don't know, how about you?
I like the soundtrack for The Lion King.
You do?
Yeah, Beyonce killed that shit.
Okay, yeah. See, and I was wondering, like, did you watch the new one? Did you watch the live? Okay, because I don't remember how much of the soundtrack they changed.
Oh, everything.
Oh, they changed everything.
Yeah, I think there's only like a couple songs.
Gotcha.
They're the same.
Because I'm sure they used like the main Lion King track, and then what? So, okay, that's cool though. So I'll give them that. At least they're adding original music. And I will say, at least for some of the new ones, like The Little Mermaid did the same thing. I didn't watch that, but I did hear the songs. Not bad. And I guess that's where Disney really kind of still can hit, I guess, with the music. Are you a fan of like Disney? Will you listen to like, there are some people who like will pop on their earbuds and listen to Disney music. Is that you? No.
Nah.
I've never been a Disney stan like that too. Like, I'm not saying it's like, you know, to each their own if you're a fan of that. But me, I'm like, I can't listen to Disney songs outside of the context of the movie. You know what I mean? Like if you're popping on Disney radio, like I'm going to like probably blow my face off low key. And I think with kids, that ends up being...
Oh, yeah, Radio Disney. I remember when that was huge.
And I think when you have kids, unfortunately, that becomes something that you have to do. Like, I have a couple of homies that have kids, and to get them to shut up, you know what they do? They just pop on a YouTube video fucking Moana or whatever, and they end up hearing that song probably 10,000 goddamn times. And that's how it goes. Is Seth Rogen... I don't think Seth Rogen has any, like, super kiddie stuff, I don't think, right? I mean, Kung Fu Panda, but that's not even, like, super, like... It's kind of in the middle.
The Ninja Turtles? I don't know.
He did, yes. That was the last one I actually wanted to talk about in terms of animated, because he actually did produce that new Ninja Turtles movie that was very close to the Into the Spider-Verse movies in terms of animation and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
now I'm trying to picture what you're talking about.
Yeah, because did you see either of the but you know the animation style of what I'm talking about. You know the
Intergalactic.
Yes. Oh yeah, so you saw the Kid Cudi movie. So it was the same guys who made the Kid Cudi movie. Now, granted, Seth Rogen has nothing to do with the actual animation because that was those guys. Yeah. But he did direct it and I believe produce this as well. He made the decisions, and actually this was the first for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise. They actually had kid actors for once. So I thought that was pretty interesting. They actually had them use all the famous slang. They were like, they were doing like all the memes are a little bit old for, you know, right now. Like there's no 6'7", unfortunately, or anything.
Are they
like
all
that.
about the pizza?
Yeah, they love pizza. They love that. They're talking about like bagels with schmear. They're talking about all kinds of stuff. Oh, let me get not a chopped cheese. They're like, let me get they're very New York accents.
Hey, let me get a fucking Lucy.
Yeah, they low key, they go like that sometimes. They almost Spider-Cuz with it. It's funny. And Ice Cube is in it as well. He's the titular villain, my boy Cube out here.
So you're making it sound like it's not a kid's movie then.
It is a kid's movie, but it's definitely something that where like it's like PG-13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because in my opinion, and let me know, like I feel like the term kids movie is really kind of shifted nowadays. Like,
I would say PG-13 is not a kids movie anymore.
Really?
G and PG.
But I feel like the term PG-13 is so watered down now because it's like PG-13 and like, you know, it's so like, I don't know. Let me know. Like, I feel like kids can handle so much more now to where like they just kind of put whatever. And like
hold on, pause, time out. I don't think they can. I don't think they should.
No,
what I think it is they're thrown and normalized.
Yeah.
A lot more raunchier stuff and
That's a
gory
good point.
stuff. I don't think it's a good thing though. They're just subjected to it a lot more now.
And I agree in terms, especially with the graphics, like when you're talking about like Terrifier and shit like that. Like if a child sees Terrifier, like I can't imagine how you don't like, because you're like that's like is.
But then he sees it, right, and then that becomes normalized if he's not traumatized, or she. And then like, what's worse than Terrifier? Like you lose your. Right. Like when you watch, I don't know, are you a scary movie guy or no?
Nah, not really.
So when I watch a scary movie, I'm like, especially if it's good and it scares me or it's, you know, some crazy kill scene, I'm like, oh shoot, that goes on my list of top, you know, parts or whatever, right? And then that list gets crazier and crazier every time. But if you already see that, if you're exposed to the craziest one right off the bat,
yeah,
where are you supposed to go from there? You want to see a real life murder? Like how much further can you go?
Well, and that's the thing too, because obviously a lot of these things like in Terrifier are very over dramatized in terms of, you know, obviously probably the blood and the gore and whatever. It's probably a lot more But a lot of movies have gone for the more realistic murders as well, which to me can almost be more scary. I don't know how you feel about that, but like when they have the deaths that look way more real, to me, that's more scary.
Depends on how it is, yeah. I would definitely say, like, in war movies, they've done that now, too. They less Hollywood, glorified it on the craziness, and dumbed it down to more realistic. And, yeah, sometimes the more realistic versions of the deaths hit harder because it's like, holy shit.
Because, like, if it's, like, for example, like a Django Untamed, like, if it's a death like that where it's, like insane, like, it just looks so, like, bombastic. I'm not saying it doesn't hit, but it's like, oh.
Well, like, okay, prime example. You watch an old Vietnam War movie, right?
Yeah.
They drop the napalm. You just see shit on fire and hear people screaming, right?
Yeah.
That's the Hollywood glorified version. The real version that they would show nowadays is the people burning, a slow death and falling on the ground, screaming in agony. Someone trying to save them, they catch on fire too. Like more realistic.
I agree.
And then it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the more like ethereal or like more like, oh, that could like to me, like stuff that's more realistic is obviously going to be more like, oh, could that happen? Okay, that's a little bit more scary.
And more realistic is becoming more normalized now.
Yes. Yeah.
That's like the way it was going. I'm sure back in the day they wanted to do that, but like it wouldn't get approved.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, just have, the death scene be very generic.
And
don't
then,
go too detailed.
And then if you go way back, then you have the technical limitations of the time. Nowadays, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And now AI is pushing that even further.
Or if you're, what's his name, Alec Baldwin, you can actually murder someone on set.
Chicken jockey.
They didn't even use her take.
Bags. Yo!
That's crazy.
Imagine you get shot for a take, and it's, is that at least, wasn't that the movie The Crow? Where the dude gets like...
I don't know much about it, but was she even an actor? I think she was just an on-set person, maybe? I don't know.
I think the lady who Alec Baldwin, I think that was like a producer or something.
See, that's terrible, bro.
Here's your coffee. Damn, bro. That's pretty crazy, though. Like, and again, that was a whole crazy case that I definitely need to look more into. But I just think it goes to show how dangerous things can be in terms of acting. With those fake guns, I always thought it was kind of like interesting how they always get away with the blanks and stuff like that. And The Crow was a big example I was talking about, where the dude died because they didn't switch out the bullet. It was a real bullet, and the dude got killed.
The one that he shot.
Yeah. And so that was a crazy example, and I'm not sure, who, if anyone, that was like in the 80s or in the 90s, I think. So I'm not sure if anyone got charged or fired. I'm sure somebody hopefully did. But
I don't know.
That movie ended up coming out and was a cult classic.
Sometimes you can count it to like an accident, depending,
I agree, and I think Alec
but
Baldwin...
at the end of the day, someone's getting in trouble.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it was more like on Alec Baldwin's thing, it was more like, oh, someone gave me a loaded gun. Hey,
I'm not supposed to... How am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
I just shoot the blank. Oops, it had a real bullet.
Granted, his etiquette was bad with the gun. You shouldn't, don't have your... Yeah, like, imagine this is a viewer, this is you and Alec Baldwin hanging out. This is what he was doing. It's a fake gun, though. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like, even if it's like a fake, like, it's a plastic sword in your face, you're probably still gonna be like a little, like, maybe don't put that sword in my face.
You seen that Shane Gillis skit where he's like on the plane and maybe he's not on a plane, I don't know, but he has a gun and he's like pointing at the people and they're like, ah! Then he goes, and they're like, ah! And he goes, it's pretty funny.
Man, Shane Gillis is another example of an actor that I would really like to see more from in terms of, acting and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
that is crazy. Yeah, he blew up in the comedy side, did the podcast. I mean, everyone's route's different, especially nowadays. There's more avenues to get bigger.
100,
and then,
streaming.
Does the stand-up still, whatever. But yeah, I would like to see him. He's done some shows and stuff, but I would like to see him in like movie maybe.
I wonder if they have do they have stand-up comedy streaming? I guess Kill Tony kind of.
Stand-up comedy streaming?
Yeah, like
live stream?
Yeah, like a live stream, like live comedy.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's tons.
Does Kill Tony qualify as that? Is it live when he airs it?
No, why they call it live is because it's filmed with a live audience.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But they are there is a time lag.
Yeah,
when they drop it.
No, yeah, in case someone says so, yeah, you get a little bit of a delay.
I don't know if they've had a live one. I know they've done some arena shows, but I don't know if is it actually live or not.
Yeah, because even like for those who don't know, even if it is live, like 90,
it's technically not live.
Yeah, like I don't think there's probably
even shit that is live, quote unquote. There's a lag.
Exactly.
So they could definitely do stuff.
Yeah, just in case, because you never know when grandma might call into the show and start saying obscenities to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because the FCC don't play with that one, baby girl. No, sir. But let us know your favorite Seth Rogen movie in the comments below. I think we've talked about kind of some of the best ones here today. And obviously
so many movies, bro.
No, yeah, and
movies,
obviously
shows, voice acting.
Yes. Like,
cameos.
And especially recently, he's been getting like that movie where he was a pickle vendor. I forgot what it was called, but that was a really interesting
American
one.
Pickle?
Yeah, American Pickle. And that was one where he was actually like the main star, and he actually did a great job. It's still pretty funny, but obviously not like like I wonder if he actually does his laugh in that movie. I don't think so.
I don't know.
No Seth Rogen, no laughs in The Pickle Man. But let us know your favorite Seth Rogen movie in the comments below. Make sure you follow us on Rumble, all that good stuff, YouTube. And if you want the audio-only editions, you can check that out on Patreon as well. We're going to have it uploaded for you. Guido Papi, let them know your social media. Where can they follow you, bro?
Check up here. Guido_Papi.
Guido_Papi and
on all
Cam
platforms.
_the man. You know the vibes. It's Candyman Guido Papi in the building. It's the Seth Rogen-verse in this biatch. Yes, sir. Candyman and Guido Sloppy. Let us know your favorite Seth Rogen movie in the comments below. And if you want us to do a specific franchise, let us know as well. If you like Star Wars, if you like Harry Potter, we might be able to cover it. Who knows? Shoot us a message at the BBE Podcast. Cam the Man and Guido Papi. We are out like a trout, no doubt. And we are clear.